The Earth is full of mysteries and wonder, and its beauty is unparalleled. Science explains many of Earth's laws and phenomena, but there are a few occurrences in nature that are still inexplicable or unbelievable. Today, we are simply curious to find out the top 10 mysterious places in the world. But before we get on with the video, we'd like to let you know that this is in no ranking order. Number 1. The Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is perhaps the most famous mysterious place in the world. Also known as the Devil's Triangle or Hurricane Alley, it is a loosely defined region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, about 500,000 square miles between the island of Bermuda, Miami and San Juan in Puerto Rico. The vicinity of the Bermuda Triangle is amongst the most heavily traveled shipping lanes in the world, with ships frequently crossing through it for ports in the Americas, Europe and the Caribbean islands. Though several cruise ships and pleasure craft regularly sail through the region, and commercial and private aircraft fly over the area with ease every day, more than 20 planes and 50 ships are said to have mysteriously vanished into thin air or crashed without explanation. Even today, there's still a lot of mystery behind those unexplained accidents. Number 2. Blood Falls, Antarctica. Yes, you heard it right. The coldest and driest place on the planet has a blood red waterfall slowly trickling down an icy white surface. While blood falls in Antarctica may look like a murder scene, in 2014 scientists finally discovered that the color was due to the iron-rich hypersaline water which sporadically emerges from small fissures in the ice cascades. The Antarctica pioneers first attributed the red color to red algae, but later it was proven to be due to iron oxides. Number 3. Crooked Forest, Poland. This Polish forest lives up to its name, with hundreds of whimsical, wonky pine trees. Approximately 400 pines were planted there around 1930. Each pine tree bends sharply at almost 90 degrees to the north, just above ground level, and it then curves back upright after a sideways excursion of 3 to 9 feet. Some believe that a technique or human tool was actually used to make the trees curve this way, while others speculate that a winter snowstorm or a unique gravitational pull in the area could have given the trees their interesting shape. But all of these still remain theories with no scientific evidence. Number 4. Devil's Bridge, Germany. There are multiple places around the world that have been named Devil's Bridge due to some sort of supernatural connection. Most of these bridges are stone or masonry arch bridges and represent a significant technological achievement in ancient architecture. Due to their unusual design, they were an object of fascination and stories in antiquity and medieval Europe. But the most famous one is located in the German town of Kromlau. Known as Rakottsbruck in German, this parabolic bridge was commissioned in 1860. It forms a perfect circle with its own reflection in the water below, a feat only deemed possible in a fairy tale or with some otherworldly assistance. Number 5. The Eternal Flame Falls, Chestnut Ridge Park. If you follow the route to Shale Creek in New York's Chestnut Ridge Park, you'll find a strange orange-red light glowing behind a waterfall that looks like something out of a storybook. This eternal flame burning behind the water is fueled by methane gas escaping through cracks in a small grotto at the waterfall's base. This flame is visible nearly throughout the year, which is why it's called the eternal flame. Although it can be extinguished, it is occasionally relit by visitors to keep the magic of this place alive. Number 6. Fairy Circles, Namibia. Millions of circular patches dot the Namib Desert, which stretches along the Atlantic coast of Angola, Namibia and South Africa. These eerie ovals are known as fairy circles because their defined shape and pattern look as if they've been created by small, sprightly creatures. They range in size from about 12 feet to about 114 feet in diameter. Basically, they consist of bare patches of soil surrounded by rings of grass. While scientists have many theories, including sand termites, radioactive soil, or toxins, there's no official explanation for their creation or existence. Number 7. The Kawah Ijen Lake, Indonesia. Kawah Ijen Lake and volcano are both terrifying and breathtaking because of a rare natural phenomenon that occurs here. Sulfuric gases burst through the rocky surfaces around the lake at temperatures up to 600 degrees Celsius, combusting when they hit the air outside. This creates flames that shoot 16 feet into the air. The fire appears to burn blue, and liquid sulfur streams down the mountain like electric blue lava. A 2-hour hike is required to reach the rim of the crater, followed by a 45-minute hike down to the bank of the crater. Number 8. Lake Hillier, Australia. With its bubblegum pink waters, Lake Hillier might perhaps be the most puzzling lake in the world. It sits right next to the Pacific Ocean, which makes its natural color really pop in comparison. It has plenty of fish living in its waters and it's even safe for swimming, although tourists aren't allowed in the water. While the reason for Lake Hillier's color remains a mystery, scientists believe that the color comes from the presence of a microalgae containing a reddish pigment that thrives in salty lakes. Even when the water is scooped up into a container, the liquid retains its pink hue. Number 9. Lake Maracaibo, Venezuela. Lake Maracaibo sees more lightning than anywhere else on Earth thanks to a combination of heat, humidity, and air currents. Over this inlet in the Caribbean Sea in northwestern Venezuela, lightning storms take over the skies almost every night of the year. This phenomenon is known as the Catatumbo lightning, named after the river that flows into the lake. It originates from a mass of storm clouds at a height of more than 1 kilometer and occurs during 140 to 160 nights a year, 10 hours per day and up to 280 times per hour. It occurs over and around Lake Maracaibo, typically over the bog area formed where the Catatumbo River flows into the lake. Number 10. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. The world's largest salt flat, Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia, extends for more than 4,000 square miles. Near the crest of the Andes at an elevation of 3,656 meters above sea level. The salar was formed as a result of transformations between several prehistoric lakes. It is covered by a few meters of salt crust, which has an extraordinary flatness, with the average elevation variations within 1 meter over the entire area of the salar. Its extreme flatness and dryness, clear blue skies, and lack of plants or animals helps create a really dreamy, mirror-like reflective surface during the wet season. In the dry season, the plain becomes adorned with a fascinating pattern of polygonal cracks that look like floor tiles, making it one of the most mesmerizing places on Earth. You've probably seen this place in movies like Star Wars: The Last Jedi, where they used it to create the planet Crate in 2017. It was also used for filming The Fall in 2006, Salt and Fire in 2016, The Unseen in 2017, and many other films. We're Simbly curious. Have you visited any of these places? What was it like? Do share your experiences in the comments section below. If not, let us know which among these you found intriguing and will surely include in your bucket list. Hit the like button if you found this video interesting and informative. Share it with your friends and forget not to subscribe to Simbly Curious.